So make sure all 4 reins have gently contact. Good, go ahead and change direction. Same here, Lisa. Let's go ahead and change the flexion here and there. You see him also sometimes a tiny bit difficult with the tongue. Yeah, so, I'm sorry? Okay. So let's go ahead, give him also reasons to release a little bit. Yeah, if we just hold and keep pushing from behind constantly, you know, horses don't really have a reason to release. Yeah, nicely uphill, careful with the flexion. When you feel that he's tipping his head slightly to the inside, change the flexion, even though you're on the circle. Especially on the open side. Yeah, push a moment his shoulder, sometimes a little bit to the inside. Yeah, good, but think more simple. Sometimes just change the flexion in his neck. Yeah, that's it. Careful, he's leaning again on your left rein. Don't accept it. Yeah, and this is so important to understand when our horses have sometimes a little bit more contact on the outside rein, and if it's in a resistant way, then riding with the outside rein becomes completely ineffective. Yeah, I'm not saying this is so much in your case. That's why I personally have a little bit of a problem when we just say outside rein, outside rein, outside rein. If a horse leans on the outside rein and we just hold it, it's just going to get heavier. What we want is that our horses are first of all equal on both reins. Yeah, good. And go forward again, a little bit more in front of the leg. Show us a little more sensitivity to the leg. Good. Change direction. And show me a transition within the gait. Yeah, even if it's a little lengthening. Yeah, it's okay. Good. Show us a transition. Go forward. And when you bring him back, touch him then with the whip a little bit. Instead of just using the whip when you send him forward. Use the whip when you bring him back. Yeah? Good. And now bring him back and touch him with the whip. Get a reaction from the hind leg. He slowed down, but he didn't really engage. Yeah? Take the whip a moment in your outside hand. And again, the bottom line is whatever aid we give, we want to be effective with it. Yeah? Good. And go forward down the long side. And use again a little counter flexion. Counter flexion. Let go of the right rein. And now circle left, left flexion. Show that he's clearly bending to the left and that you can clearly let go of the left rein. Yeah? Give him a reason to chew the bit. Give him a place to put his tongue. Yeah? Better. Good. And change direction again. He needs lots of change of direction, lots of change of flexion. Yeah? We have to ask for the suppleness. That's better. And send him forward again. Do the same thing in canter. With most horses, it's easier to establish the collection in canter. Yeah? Let's go ahead and send him forward. Not enough. Let's go forward. That's it. Now show us a transition. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Do it now in 3 strides instead of 5 strides. Okay? Get a reaction. Be in the transition a little bit firmer. Get things done behind. Yeah? Then release again. A little bit more obvious. And releasing. Yeah. Good. And back to the trot. Keep things colorful. Yeah? Make the reactions to your aids available. Yeah? Good. Diagonal. And send him forward. Transition to the halt. Tap him behind. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to the halt. 8 steps. Halt, not walk. Yeah? Yeah? No problem. Okay. Do it again. Forward trot. Keep things colorful. Make the reaction to your aids, make it available. Yeah? Don't let it be a surprise in the test when he doesn't respond to you. Keep testing it. Yeah? Good. And tap him behind and ask for the halt. 1, 2, 3. Better. Release the rein. Good. Okay. And trot. Good. Canter left. Good. That's it. Go ahead. Ride a lengthening on the circle. And collect him. Get things done behind. Yeah? 1, 2. Yeah, but don't let him turn yet into the circle. I appreciate that he thinks about a pirouette. Yeah? That's good. He's thinking. That's great. But we just want, at this point, the transition. Yeah? A little bit more uphill. And go forward. Release a moment when you go forward. Give both reins. Uphill. Send him forward and collect him again. Tap him a little bit behind. Better. Good. Yeah, quick, but use the leg for that, yeah? When he quits. Good. Send him forward again. Let's go. Lots of transitions. Keep him. Yeah, exactly. Good. And back to the trot. Now take this idea into the trot. Think about the collection. Nicely uphill in trot. And tempo changes. Yeah, a little bit forward. And now a little tap with the whip. Bring him back. Tap him. There's a reaction from the hind leg. And release. Good. And rising trot. And down the long side, quarter line or second rail, outside flexion again. Don't get too stuck on one side, okay? Keep changing things. Yeah? The suppleness, so extremely important. Yeah? When we have our horse in front of the leg, our horse needs to be able to go easily, flex from one side to the other. Yeah? Better. Good. And now do this with a little bit, do this once on the short side too, a little counter flexion and cut the corner a little bit. So, good. And now left flexion and move him off your left leg. But not so deep, yeah? He can stretch without going so far down. Yeah? He should not lean on your hands in a resistant way. Or he should not stretch down in a resistant way. Yeah? You can tell he wants to be naturally a tiny bit low in front, so don't encourage that too much when you give the rein. Ask him to come a little bit more forward with the nose instead of down. Yeah? Up again. And bring the nose a little forward and change direction. That's it. Good. That's it. Now a little bit inner leg on the short side. Make him yield a little to your right leg. Yes. Good. And down the long side again. A little counter flexion. Counter flexion, move him off your left leg a little bit towards the inside of the arena. Good. And now right flexion, push him a little bit off your right leg. That's it. Send him forward again. Good. Sitting trot. And the transition to the walk. And now use a little tap with the whip. That's it. Good. Moment long. Yeah. So when we talk about establishing collection a little bit more. This was fairly easy for him in canter. Yeah, you could tell he has a very elastic canter. He has a very handy canter. Yeah, it's a canter that you can adjust nicely from lengthening to the collection. Yeah, he has lots of talent to engage the hind legs, and our horses understand sometimes the transition to the collection a little bit easier in canter. And then we can make use of this for the trot. Yeah, but again, even if we want more engagement, it just doesn't come from power itself. Yeah? We have to keep ensuring every single step that a horse stays supple and that he's willing to go in a really correct way into the hand. Yeah? Gently accepting the contact. Very good. Yeah? So you heard me saying a few times the use of the whip. I personally don't like to use the whip to send my horse forward. I mentioned this before. Yeah? I'd like to use the whip to engage the hind leg. What does it mean to engage the hind legs? Not just the hog, not just the stifle, but also the hip. Yeah? And when we can engage all three joints within a transition, within a half halt, we've done our job. Yeah? We saw before Barbara's horse showing us this really, really nicely when we collected him. At that time, we used a gentle tap with the whip on top of the croup, and we really did get those three joints in gear. And because of that, our horses learn to come under, arch the back up, and be just a little bit more natural in a package. Yeah? And we can teach our horse anytime when they hit the bit or when they lean a little bit too much. The whip can actually be a very good tool to say, come on, buddy, I need you to pay attention. I don't want to use the whip to punish the horse, but I can use the whip momentarily to get the horse's attention and get him back into proper self-carriage. Yeah? Very important. I want everybody to think about that when we get on our 3-year-old horse or even on our 15, 16, 17-year-old horse. The connection, extremely important. Yeah? No use in dressage when our horses cruise around with a ton of weight in the hand. Yeah? Okay.